From Hargeisa, Somaliland, this is CBA. Welcome to the news brief with me, Abdillahi Hassan. Somaliland opposition party UCID wants President Musa Bihi to stop the illegal construction of a storied building on a piece of land that belongs to Sheikh Bashir Primary School. The construction of the storied building has been suspended a number of times by the Ministry of Education. However, the construction of the building is now on the last stages. Concerns have been raised by the country's oldest party, UCID, which now wants President Musa Bihi to intervene and stop the private developer from building in land belonging to Sheikh Bashir Primary School. The chairman of the Central Council of UCID party, Sheikh Ali Madobe, wants the building to be brought down. He urged the government to use the facility for the construction of a football stadium or a library. He added that it is very sad for the public property to be turned into a business premises when the need for the construction of classrooms are alive in Sheikh Bashir Primary Schools. Earlier, the House of Elders briefly discussed the matter when a motion on education was tabled in the House. Somaliland schooling standards have undergone unpredictable situations since it reclaimed its independence from the rest of what was formerly known as the Somali Democratic Republic in 1991. The House of Elders Committee on the dispute between the Ministry of Education and private schools today rejected the regulation issued by the ministry, which is at the heart of the dispute. The Secretary General of the House of Elders, Mr. Abdillahi, read before the House of Elders the report of the committee. The report said that the regulation issued by the ministry conflicts with the Education Act passed by the Parliament and the Constitution of Somaliland. The Secretary General added that the committee will have further discussions with the sides of the dispute and that both sides will comply with the decision of the House of Elders. The dispute between the Ministry of Education and the private school is centered on the distribution of scholarship awards granted to the Somaliland government. The ministry in its regulation wants the scholarships granted to the government to be specific for public school students. The private schools argue that the decision discriminates against their students, which the government is also responsible for. In the past few weeks, Somaliland Parliament has been trying to break the deadlock between the Ministry of Education and the private sector. Both houses of the Parliament have met with the sides of the dispute on multiple occasions. Somaliland police have arrested the director of Universal TV in Somaliland, Abdillahi, in Hargeisa on Tuesday. According to some journalists at the Universal TV station, 4 police vehicles stormed the TV building in Hargeisa, where the director was present at his office in a busy working hour. The police have taken Mr. Digale to the Central Investigation Department. Mr. Nuruddin Oluchok, a reporter at Universal TV, confirmed the arrest in social media posts, saying that the security forces have not produced any warrant of arrest and not clarified the accusations against the detained director. It is not yet known why the Somaliland police apprehended the director of Universal TV, and no official details have been released about the arrest. On September 6, police raided the Real 24 TV headquarters in Hargeisa, ordered its staff off the premises, and on the following day arrested its director, Mohammed Usman Mire Sayed, who was later released on bail after 9 days. But Real TV station offices in Somaliland are still closed. Germany and Somalia agreed on increasing German development support to Somalia by $73 million, underscoring German trust in positive trajectory of Somalia. Funds will be invested in including growth, job creation, and productive infrastructure, as well as rural agricultural development. Ambassador Annette Gunther made the announcement while hosting a celebration in Mogadishu to mark German Unity Day, attended by Somali Prime Minister Hassan. Ambassador Annette Gunther said, to support Somalia on its path, Germany is increasing its support in its development cooperation by $73 million over the next 2 years. Somalia Prime Minister Hassan said the Somali government is learning from Germany. It is fast experience in federalism. Also present at the event was the Speaker of the Upper House, Abdillahi, Minister of Foreign Affairs Ahmed Isa Awad, and other members of the Somali government. Ambassador Annette Gunther noted that substantial support by the German government honors the progress made by the Somali people. The event, which took place at the European Union diplomatic compound, commemorated the 29th anniversary of the reunification of Germany on October 3, 1990. Somalia-born U.S. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has filed for divorce from her husband of 17 years, Ahmed Hirsi, citing unretrievable breakdown of the marriage relationship. Ilhan and Hirsi exchanged wedding vows in 2002 in an Islamic religious ceremony and are blessed with 3 children. The two separated in 2008, then legally remarried in 2018. The freshman congresswoman filed to split from husband Ahmed Hirsi on Friday in Minnesota, the state she represents. Though Minnesota Democratic legislator did not divulge more details about the divorce, the development comes after she was accused of having an affair with her former campaign consultant, Timothy Maynette, according to Washington Post. Timothy's wife, Beth Maynette, who also filed for divorce, claiming her husband was allegedly romantically involved with Ilhan. According to Beth Maynette's divorce papers, the couple separated in April after Tim Maynette acknowledged he was in a romantic relationship with Omar. She also accused Tim Maynette of putting their son in danger by bringing him around Omar. In early September, Tim Maynette filed a response with the DC court denying that he had an affair. Omar has avoided answering questions posed by news organizations about the alleged affair. Ilhan Omar said neither partner is seeking an order of protection, and she asks the court to grant them joint legal and physical custody of their 3 minor children. She also asked the court to determine child support to serve the minor children's best interest and award the marital property as the court may deem just and equitable. The Ethiopian President Sahle-Work's video on Monday disclosed that Ethiopia's first ever satellite will be launched into space in December this year with support from the Chinese government. She said this while addressing the new parliamentary session of the Ethiopian House of People's Representatives and the House of Federation, which was opened in a joint meeting on Monday. Ethiopia is presently developing the country's first ever satellite, a 70-kilogram multispectral remote sensing satellite known as ETRSS-1 through support from the Chinese government. According to President UCID, the Ethiopian government emphasizes that the country's maiden satellite, once it commences its operations, will help the East African country efforts to modernize its agricultural sector. She added that the satellite will provide all the necessary data on changes in climate and weather-related phenomena that would be utilized for the country's key targets in agriculture, forestry, as well as natural resource protection initiatives. The satellite, which is said to be launched from China, will have its command and control center in Ethiopia at the Entoto Space Observation Facility. That's our news brief for this time. Stay tuned for the full news bulletin with Google later tonight.